Hey, this is Donna St. Louis, and I haven't seen you guys in like 2 weeks. No excuses, just been busy as all get out. And even now, I'm still not home. I'm here in Dallas, and I'll be here until tomorrow. Right, Meredith? Yeah.
That's right. Hi, everybody. We're here in Dallas.
We're in Dallas. How long? When am I leaving?
You're leaving tomorrow after we create one
See,
more
if she
$1 million
didn't tell
mindset.
me, I wouldn't even know. If she didn't tell me, I wouldn't know. So, anyway, so we're going to talk a little bit about the struggle, right? And the struggle being real. I always hear people talking about the struggle is real. The struggle is real. All right, let's just go get into this real quick and knock it down. Okay, I hear people always talking about the struggle is real, but here is the challenge. The struggle is only real if you have not if you're walking through someone else's picture of your future. That's when the struggle is real. And let me give you an idea of what that picture looks like. When I was 17 years old, no, that's a lie, 18, 19 years old, I had graduated from high school. I went back to see my guidance counselor, and he drew for me a picture of my future. He was crystal clear on it. He said, you're going to have 5 children. 3 of those children are going to go to jail. One child will be killed, and 1 child will follow in your footsteps. And let me tell you what those footsteps look like. You're going to be some type of addict. You're going to be hooked on some type of drug, which, by the way, for those of you who know me, if you know me, you know I don't even drink, right? So for someone to tell me that I'm going to be hooked on a drug that I'm not going to be able to get off of was a little crazy. So, and he's telling me I'm going to be hooked on a drug. And he's giving me a very bleak picture of my future. And he's just saying, and this is based on statistics. This is based on who you are and where you grew up and what the government says you're going to do. He drew a picture for me that was crystal clear all the way out until even to my life expectancy, when I was going to die, what was going to happen to my children. I mean, my children, not just my life. He had drawn a picture of my children's life. Now imagine if I decided that I was going to walk into that picture, that was the picture for me. The first thing I had to do, well, the first thing I had, by the way, was an attitude. I was pissy. How dare he freaking tell me what I'm going to do with my future? Now, granted, his words were based on the fact that I had been out of school for a year and I hadn't done anything. So I was walking right into that picture. But it was time for me to do something else. And what I did instead was I created a different picture. I had to create a different picture of my future. So the first thing is stop letting people create a picture of your future for you. That's number 1. Number 2, start creating a picture of your future. What do you want your future to look like? Literally draw it out if you have to. I don't care if you have to go and cut out pictures from magazines all day long. Draw your future. Make sure you can see it. What day things are going to happen. What is that day going to look like? Is it going to be raining or snowing, or is it going to be a beautiful day? I don't care. How many commas are going to be in your bank account? I want you to really think about that. Stop thinking about how many dollars are going to be in there. How many commas do you want? 2, 3? It's up to you. And then the other thing, the last thing you have to do if you really want to have that $1 million mindset is you have to live today and take action today as if that future is a foregone conclusion. You're already living it. You're just waiting for time to catch up with you. Those are the 3 things you have to do. Number 1, stop letting people draw your future. Number 2, create your own future. Number 3, start stepping into it and working it and living it as if it already exists, that you're just waiting for it. It's a foregone conclusion. Put all the things in place that you need to be prepared. How do you actually paint that future? One of the things that you can do, I'll give you mine. For example, I knew that I wanted to retire by the time I was 39 years old. That wasn't even a question. I knew that I wanted to be the leader of a very successful business. That wasn't a question. So I knew I had to put all those things in place. And some of the things that I put in place, for example, was I started reading books on leadership. I started reading books on technology. I started reading books on running businesses. Before I even knew what business I was going to run, I started reading those books and gaining that information because I already knew that future was coming. I needed to be ready for it when it got here. Not wait until someone gave me the leadership role. No. I started reading books well before anyone even thought I could be a leader. In fact, I was a receptionist. I was a receptionist when I started reading leadership books. I was a receptionist when I started reading IT books. I worked in customer service when I actually created my first IT project. I wasn't in IT. See, I was actually painting the picture. I was putting the brushstrokes on the picture of my future. I was taking those actions. So what actions are you taking? What are you doing to actually step into that future right now? And that's where people get a little lost. We're so busy walking through someone else's painting of our future that we forget that we have the power to paint our own. And here's the last thing. I want you to remember this. Here's one of the benefits of when you create your own future. The rules that everyone else has set out for you don't necessarily apply. That's right. You don't live by their rules. So if I said I want to close $60,000 worth of business this month and someone says how, I'm like, it'll happen. I'm going to make it happen. The rules that everyone else sets, where you're going to need X number of leads and X number of work. Oh, I know I'm going to have to do the work, but those are your rules. My rules work a little differently. So how are you creating your future? The struggle is real when you're walking through someone else's picture. Start stepping into the picture of your future. That's all I got for today, and I'll probably see you tomorrow morning. Talk to you later. Holla.